and welcome back to Drumcast TV for January 10th, 2011. My name's Darren Mathis, glad you could tune in. Today I got a message from Joe. Let me play that here for you.
Hey Darren, I've been inspired from your playing along with recordings and how to solo podcasts. They've helped me amazingly, thanks. However, I'm still struggling to feel properly. Please would you consider creating a podcast showing basic filling techniques, as I would find this very helpful in the upcoming music event that my school is hosting. It will be much appreciated. Joe Mallet.
Hey, thanks for the message, Joe. Well, I'm going to go through some basic rock fills, and the music for these fills can be found at drumcasttv/011011 for January 10th, 2011. And it's a PDF file there. You can download it, print it out, and follow along. Otherwise, I'm going to show some of the fills right here on the screen too as I play through them. So if you look at the top fill, the top line of that, rock fills 1, there's a basic rock beat, and the fill occurs on the 4 count of the second measure. So the first measure is simply, second measure is, so let's go through that really slowly, the second measure, that fill on the 4 count. Okay, so those are 16th notes on the 4 count, and if you don't know how to read music, hopefully I'm going through this slowly enough that even if you haven't encountered standard music or drum notation before, this will make sense to you. The last 4 notes you'll see grouped together there on the snare drum, and you'll be able to tell which drum the notes are played at using the music key at the top of the music. It tells you when it's on the 3rd space from the bottom, it's a snare drum. So it starts on the 4 count, and there's 4 16th notes there, which are counted 4, E, and A. And so if you look at that second measure, the top line is the ride cymbal. Actually, I was playing it on the hi-hat, but you could play it on either one. Let me play it on the hi-hat. The top line is, it's 6 8th notes, so it's 1 and 2 and 3 and. So after that 3 and, you're going to move to the snare drum for the 4 E and those 4 16th notes. So I'll play it very slowly with just my hands, not even paying attention to what I'm playing on the feet right now. I'm just going to leave that out. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E. So let's try that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E. All right. Now throughout the entire groove or beat that I've got laid out there, it's going to be we're going to play a kick drum on 1 and 3 and a hi-hat on 2 and 4. 1 2 3 4. Okay, so let's play through the entire line there with the fill at the end. Actually, let's play it on the ride cymbal this time. That way I can show you how we want to keep the hi-hat going on 2 and 4. So the key is, at least for me, I usually start the fill, those 4 16th notes with my right hand. 4 E and then move that right hand up to hit the crash. That's actually starts the whole thing over again, because the whole line starts with a crash. You'll see the first note is a kick drum and a crash cymbal. So it's now, if you can get that first line down and be comfortable with it, the other lines should come very quickly. So the second line is very much like the first line, except the second measure, we're going to start the fill on the 3 count instead of the 4 count. And so we're going to have 8 16th notes that start on the 3. So if you look at that second measure, it's on the hands, if you play it's 1 and 2 and then we're going to fill on 3 and 4. 3 E and 4 E and again we're going to start that fill with the right hand. 3 E and 4 E and so every beat or every count on the downbeat, 1 or 3, 4 is the right hand. 3 E and 4 E and try and keep your kick drum and hi-hat going beneath that. So if you look at the music, the 3 count starts with the kick drum, because you've already had that kick drum, hi-hat, kick drum, hi-hat pattern going throughout, and you'll maintain that pattern underneath that fill. So the 3 count starts with the kick drum underneath the 3 E and so it's like this. And the 4 E and starts with the hi-hat on the 4. Okay, so let's play the whole thing through. Okay, now the next line is the exact same rhythm. The only difference is you're going to be playing the 3 E and 4 E and on 2 different drums instead of just the snare drum. So you're going to go 3 E and on the snare drum, then 4 E and on your highest tom. And that sounds like this. Now the next one, guess what? We're going to add another set of 16th notes. This time we're going to play starting on the 2 of the second measure. So it's 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. And so we're going to play the 2 E and on the snare drum, the 3 E and on the highest tom, and the 4 E and on your middle tom. And that sounds like this. Now the next one, we're going to go around the horn, the whole drum set, starting on the first count, the 1 of the second measure. So we're going to go 1 E and on the snare drum, 2 E and on the highest rack tom, 3 E and on the middle tom, and 4 E and on the floor tom. And that sounds like this. One of the subtle parts of that fill that really differentiates the good drummers from the better drummers is your ability to keep the kick drum and the hi-hat going beneath that fill, because it's a great device for keeping your time, and also you can hear the subtleness of that click in there of the hi-hat and the kick drum below it. It's going to keep the groove and add to the overall sound. So Joe, I hope that going through those fills was helpful. I've got some more fills I'd like to go through perhaps next time or in a future podcast, and I'll continue to post the drum music that I've printed up and that I've written up to notate these fills for you to download. Again, you can download that music at drumcast.tv/011011. Until next time, if you have questions, comments, or suggestions, you want to call me, just call my toll-free voicemail number. I'll put that below here. And also I'm on YouTube these days, so if you'll go to YouTube/DrumcastTV and subscribe to that channel as well, I'd really appreciate it. You can also go to Facebook.com/Drumcast. So until next time, keep practicing and God bless.